Woman's World, all you need is 9 days of a detox. 9 days and you're good to go. 9-day healing detox program. Oh, really? What do you got on the menu? Oh, lean meat. Lunch. Oh, no. Grilled sweet potatoes with no sodium salsa and leafy green salad. Oh, you're going to detox with a potato. Interesting. Dinner is tossed lightly steamed zucchini or butter squash noodles with chopped tomatoes, sliced onion, da-da-da-da-da. Breakfast is 1 blender blitz, 1 fresh banana, da-da-da-da-da. Snacks are celery juice and hibiscus tea and all of that. That'd be pretty good. 10 days. It works. Noel lost 70 pounds. Yep. Remember Dr. Oz taking the 12 people to the zoo? I think he forgot about that one. Anytime you put yourself on raw foods, is that cereal in here? Listen to this. This is going to detox you. Now, they're talking about losing weight, of course. But here's a blender. One fresh banana, 1 frozen banana, and 1 cup water served with cereal. I think I'll pass on that detox. Yeah, someone sent this in to me. Bill Gates, a tech guy, is pushing the delivery medium injection to place the technology into a human body. Yeah, I know it. You don't want to know. You know, the question of this is, and this is this nanochip stuff, question, has our level of detox ever been able to remove foreign objects from the body? For example, surgical screws placed to bind bones together? It definitely has. I have yet to see it take out, because I've not had anybody report to me some of these things, but like, shrapnel, people that get shot that they can't get the bullet out, I would think definitely. Remember I told you I fell off a telephone pole and went right, all the creosote splinters. Well, they worked themselves out about 10 years. Worked splinters kept all coming out of my fingernails. Oh, they were working themselves out. My body was pushing them all out. And I've seen that. I had a guy once, and we had a lab at the time, and he brought in a little tumor just above his belly button. He said it started itching. And it started getting red, itching. Then it started getting really inflamed. And then it started splitting and oozing something. And then he started squeezing, this little tumor popped out. We brought it, and I had set it in the lab on the counter, and this lady cleaned our lab, and I said, well, you wouldn't have touched specimens. She said, I dumped it. I go, that's my tumor. But came right out of his belly button. So your body has always wanted to expectorate foreign objects, foreign things. I've got a piece of mercury lead in here from a pencil, and it's still there after years of detox, so I don't know. It just depends how deep you go in your body, but I would assume the answer to that is a resounding absolutely. This chip's the same way. I would think these would be of course they have to make them to where they don't initiate an immune response, which means they can't have an acid nature to them. It would be hard to build a structure, I would think, with an alkaline nature, but I don't know. Scary as crap. And this is just Gates. Who the hell is this Gates guy? Some rich dude that narcissistic as hell, and the only time he's acting halfway decent is because he got married to a woman. A woman's kind of. Remember when he was asked, "How come you don't donate? You don't donate any of your money to anybody ever?" He said, "Why should I?" Then when he found the woman, I guess she convinced him it would be a good idea. No, maybe you got other ideas, Billy boy. But remember, guys, God this is the big playing field. This is days of our lives. Don't get caught up in all this, because it'll yank your chain. Remember, the world order is very well alive, and they'll kill you if you get in their way. So you mean nothing to them anyway. So it's survival of the individual in worlds of chaos. This seemingly is chaos, but this is God playing the little soldier game and all of that. I grew up playing cowboys and Indians. Now it's like, whoa, cowboys and Indians while I was on the Indian side. But you know, That's how life is. It's like what's going on Confederate, and they're taking down the flags. I bet a lot of you guys don't know a couple things about that. First, the Confederate people, Southern people, Midwestern people into freedom. Yankees, Northern people, they were into control, power, socialism. You will conform. No, we don't want to conform. You will conform. They only used the slaves as a little bit of a thing because they had slaves on both sides. Now, if you go back to the first election, or the first Congress, and they voted on to free the slaves, how many Democrats voted to free the slaves? I'm not Democrat or Republican. Neither one. God, man, I don't care. But don't sit there and lie to the people. It's time that man gets truthful with each other so we live in a higher order and respect of each other. But it's this game playing. First it's this war, that war. But you can't erase history. It's in your mind. It can't go anywhere. You can't remove something and the history's suddenly gone. Because that's how you learn and grow. That's how the mind navigates. It builds on, stores, builds on, learns from past. You learn from past experiences or not, and then you just keep building that way. So the mind is the instrument. If you want to forget the past, then live in the now. Because you can't go back and erase the Akashic records. It won't happen. So, there's just so much deception out here on the planet. But that's okay because you're in creation. This is days of our lives, guys. It can be anything you want. Liars, cheaters, everything out there. Good people, bad people. You want to make sure who you are and how you're putting yourself out in this world. Everybody is spiritually, Rumi, they're Jesus, Buddha. In what light, except for what you're told, did they portray themselves at that time? See, you can't read a document written 500 years later and assume they knew how this individual conducted themselves. But there's a way for you to go back and find out. Just saying. Fun dance. This is going to be interesting because I'm just going to go this a little bit just to show you how whacked up things are. Okay, Tony. Fun dance. That seems to be where you get lost. How can the dance be fun except to an individual? That's all there is, my friend, is individuals. Don't forget that. And why does the dance exist except for the individual? Well, then you just answered your own question. What is the one doing if not creating individuals? I think you're individually right. Why? That is what pantheism cannot answer. See, everybody wants to label something. Pantheism, Zoroastrianism, Hinduism, Buddhism. We want to label. Which part of your essence labels? The mind. That way you have a structure, and that way you can build on structures, and you can have a semblance of order and activity and movement. I get it. Because in consciousness, these are the formless and the infinite worlds. There is no form. Form comes about through consciousness manifesting through duality, through two energies. That way you get going, now you got form. You got electrons circulating protons, and now you come together and you got elements, and then pretty soon you got a form, and now pretty soon you got a human. But thought starts it all out in the mental worlds. But what's before thought? Is there anything before thought? Yes, consciousness, awareness. This guy goes on and on and on. I had fun with this one. Because it's not pantheism's job to answer that. Only deism can answer that. Only the form of deism, the anointed of God, is what the Christ means. I mean, I suggest Tony. Deep breath, get out of your mind, get yourself into a Buddha corner, and practice observation, not thought. Don't label. Why would you label something? Now you own it. See, every time you label, every time you set up something, you own it. Well, the more you own, the more you're enjoying creation. Have fun. I'll be back to get you one day. But just remember, be in the now. Be the observer. And you'll pull yourself right back into consciousness. And then you won't have to label because it doesn't matter. If you want to seek truth, no matter what it is, pantheism, echism, who knows, if you want to seek truth, how do you go by doing that? How do you know what truth is? Would it not make sense that you can't use the mind it's totally conditioned to believe certain ways? How do you use that conditioned instrument to find the truth? Well, you can't. And that mind, the instrument called the mind, is a part of not truth. In other words, the mind is not truth. You are truth. Consciousness is truth. The mind is just a made-up instrument so you can express yourself in form as an individual. Because outside of that, wait a minute, he might be right, because outside of that it's only individual. But only one individual. Yeah. If you can find more, let me know. I've been up there pretty good, so let me know if you can find more, my friend. But no matter what, if you seek the truth, it will always bring you into the self, into the alone state, and into the one. There's no other state to go into. I've tried. So, just wanted to read you that little cutie. I love those things. I love to have fun with those things myself.